Year 6 classroom, Year 5-6 classroom. Welcome to Room 3's lesson about the plant cycle.
Yay.
So we have our WALT here and our success criteria. Can I get everyone to read out the WALT together? 3, 2, 1.
Explain the stages of a plant's life cycle and describe how we can practice Kaisia Kitana by caring for plants and the environment in Aotearoa, New Zealand.
Sweet. And our success criteria, by the end of this lesson, we will be able to identify and describe the stages of the plant cycle, explain what plants need to survive and grow, use scientific vocab to talk about plant growth, describe ways we can care for plants and the environment through kaitiakitanga, and share how protecting nature helps our communities and Aotearoa, New Zealand.
Nice.
So, welcome everyone. Today we're starting with the big idea. Every plant, no matter how tiny the seed, has its own remarkable journey. Take a look at this image and start thinking, how does a plant's life really begin? Some of you might think, picturing a seed sprouting up, while others might imagine a sunflower or towering tree. The whole journey is what we're about to explore. Let's get into the story of the plant life cycle.
Yay.
So on this slide, we have the stages of what a plant goes through. So we're gonna start off with the seed, germination, seedling, and then flower plant. And then we'll get into it deeper throughout the slides. So through this first block, we see that the seed, as a dry seed, contains the baby plant before anything begins to grow. Germination is when the seed splits and a root and tiny shoot appear. Seedling, a young seedling grows its first pair of leaves above the soil, and then flowering plant, a mature green plant, develops flowers during the flowering stage. And then we're going to create our own plant life cycle. Here's where we test what we already know about how plants grow. I'll show you 4 important stages, what we did before, of a life cycle, of a plant life cycle. Just look at each one and ask yourself, which one would be the first? If I was seeing this happen in the real world, which would be the last? Which ones might get mixed up and then numbered? So if every plant comes from a seed, which actually comes first? Let's explore how the plant life cycle truly begins. Where do you think the cycle starts? From a seed, seedling, like I showed before. Turn to the partner next to you and
Where does it start?
I think it starts when it gets planted in the ground from the seed.
Yeah, it's in that system.
Because if you have a seed just by itself that's not planted and has no soil or nothing, then it won't grow. So that means the plant cycle wouldn't even start.
Because it starts as a shoot.
Yeah,
It starts as a shoot from within the seed.
yeah,
And
but
the seed's in the water,
in the ground.
in the ground.
okay.
Like if you have an apple seed just in your hand, it won't grow.
Yeah.
You know, because the cycle hasn't started.
Everyone, thank you, sweet.
Scientifically, it's quite amazing.
So we'll move on to the next slide. Meet the players, the plant life cycle vocab. So this is the vocab that we're going to be jotting down in the next part of this. So what we discussed before, seed, germination, seedling, mature plant. Can I get Hibiscus to read the first one, please?
Okay. Seed. The tiny structure when a new plant begins contains a baby plant,
Embryo? Yep.
embryo, and food to get started.
Can I get Romo to do the next one?
Germination. When a seed begins to sprout and sends out, Koro's got to come closer. It sits on a roof. It needs water and water.
Thank you, don't mind.
Hey,
Can I get Velo to do the next one, please?
okay, focus on the camera.
Alright, shifting. A young plant with its first leaves begins growing upward toward the sun.
Nice. And then can I get James to do the last one? Just the last one.
Sorry. Okay. Mature plant fully grown produces flowers, fruit, or seeds to start the cycle again.
Thank you, sweet guys. So we're just gonna do this little activity all together as a class. I want you guys to close your eyes. Imagine each of those stages and picture in your minds, because what we're gonna do next is we're gonna draw it out. Yep. Nice. Okay, so I'll just hand out some pens and paper for everyone to draw out their path. You can choose any part of the life cycle.
Anything of the obstacle, please?
What was the task again, Miss M by M?
So just draw out any part of the life cycle. You can choose any, from the seed, germination, to the mature plant. Like these little images at the top of them, and draw it out. I'll give you guys 2 minutes on that, please.